You have to be when you use a camera, really, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's view on the watch page.
Viewing on the watch page. Golf ball. No, literally golf ball.
Golf ball. Ball of golf.
Why do golf balls have cats on them?
Cats.
Page. Golf ball.
There you go. Where's it got a cat?
Yeah,
What's the brand name?
yeah, but why is why?
Ask
It's a golf
Mark.
ball.
No, but the brand has a brand of a cat.
Yeah, then they shouldn't be dealing with golf balls. They should have a sub
Cats
brand.
like balls.
Oh, golf balls, they fucking hurt when they put you in there.
Cats love any ball. They love playing with balls.
I thought they like lasers. Golf doesn't have lasers. Golf would be more interesting if it had
laser
lasers.
golf.
That'd be
Why?
rad.
So yeah, you aim for what you do. So basically, how would that work though? Would you have like laser sights on the golf clubs?
Well, no, so what you end up doing is it just turns out there's a little hole, which is a sensor in it, and then you have to like fire a laser and ricochet it off little like...
mirrors?
Yeah, to try and get it into the...
Oh, but are the mirrors moving? Because otherwise you know which mirror to aim at.
Oh yeah, for sure, but you have to like ricochet it off several mirrors, so the angle
But
has
again,
to be...
once you know which mirror
just
to
like-
aim at, you're sorted, aren't you?
Yeah, sure, but you still have to get that angle just so.
There is
it's only a small
There's
point.
a board game like that called. It was on another podcast I listened to. I think it's called Egyptian Laser Chess.
I was going to say Scazius's laser golf.
No, and it's a game where you have to like sort of you and your opponent have a laser, and you sort of like your pieces are like sort of prisms,
All right,
and you sort of move around, sort of angle them, and you have to try and sort of shoot the other person's
that's neat.
pharaoh by moving your prisms around.
That's kind of neat.
Yeah, and it's I don't know what's Egyptian because they obviously had lasers.
Of course they did.
Um,
Have you not seen what they did with all those like with the pyramids? Like what was it like Indiana Jones?
Laser
like,
levels.
that comes in through the side of the pyramid, and then all of a sudden that triggers the trap or the thing to happen, and everyone dies, or a
Yeah.
prophecy happens on this one day every 300 million years.
Yeah, that's always they always in this film. There's always the prophecy. Well, that's going to be. We've only got a month. It's never like, oh, Darren, you missed it 2 weeks ago. Is it? It's never that. It's
Who
always.
forgot to carry
It's
the one?
always not quite there yet, but close enough that it's going to be a problem getting there in time.
Quite a coinky dink that we're making a film right now.
For once, I'd like to see him go, well, the prophecy foretells a great time when the moons will align and demons will escape from the world. And I'll look at him and go, when is it? Oh, in about another 15 years. You've got plenty of time.
Yeah, that's
to
it.
figure
Like,
out
yeah,
how-
could you imagine? Like, there would have been some philosopher out there or some scholar out there who had have been researching this and been like, well, not going to happen in my lifetime. That's a fucking waste.
Yeah.
And then just happens that Indiana Jones walks in and goes, next week. When's it happening? Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be there.
Yeah. Oh, I prefer the other time. I was like, oh, right, okay. When does the prophecy happen? Where's it happen? We need to find out. Well, the date is last February. Oh.
Like a
So-
time no one knows what of. Last
So-
February.
So do we have to worry? Not really. They can't do anything. They're just sort of like randomly sacrifice some person. Nothing will happen. Fair enough then, let's
turned
go
up,
out.
No one had gone there to open the door, so they're all stuck in there. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
it's fair enough. It's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, podcast time.
Yes.
So, games we've been playing because we drifted off last
Did we?
fortnight. We spent about 20 minutes discussing things nothing to do with podcasting.
Did we?
Yes.
What were we
it was-
talking about?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I
Like,
can't remember. We spent a lot of time discussing something. Oh, I remember. We were discussing how to change the diaper on someone in a power armor.
well, yeah, but that's important. These are things that people need to know.
Exactly. People need
Bethesda
to know.
don't ask these questions,
They
do
should.
they?
They should.
That's why they make crap games.
That would be a brilliant new add-on to Next 4. That where in your suit you have like your power, your stamina, your weapon ammunition, and also has like a wee counter like the Sims.
Ark Survival Evolved. You have defecating. You just got shit
Yeah.
shorts.
It's like a little count like in the Sims. It gradually goes down. And
In the next Fallout game, they've got social, hygiene, general happiness, aspiration me.
yeah, you can only talk to other players in Simlish. What we should do?
With the, you got your thingamabob.
Yeah. Yes.
What colour is it?
That'd be great. Wouldn't it be great if you could only talk to our players with just symbols in your head? That'd be brilliant.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Hilarious. Bethesda, Sims, Fallout crossover.
Mm-hmm.
You've already got the base building. That's basically The Sims.
Yeah, that's basically.
You've always, yeah. I mean, your NPCs haven't got much more personality than The Sims.
Yeah, it's true. Actually,
You're not far off. You're not far off.
more
being.
random and fun things happen in The Sims than in the average Fallout.
Do you?
game these
Yeah,
days.
you don't. I've never seen a clown appear in the Fallout series. Never.
Nope.
Never.
Nope. I've never seen anyone just randomly drown in a swimming pool either.
Yeah, exactly.
Or light a firework in their living room and set fire to the house.
No, that hasn't happened.
I did that in The Sims once. It was fucking hilarious. And then
Yeah.
he died because his house caught fire. He was running around panicking, trying to put out the pool table.
Yeah, I remember my Sims. One of my Sims burnt to death because the cooker caught fire, and rather than like ringing the fire brigade,
He went outside. He went
no,
over the.
they sat there panicking, waving their arms at it. It's like just ring the fire brigade. I swear I had it once where something caught fire in my house, but at that moment in time, someone was ringing the phone.
Ha!
I'm sure this happened to me once. I might have dreamt it, but someone's ringing the phone. So when they had to answer the phone, I had to go through the whole animation of talking, saying no, I don't talk to you, hanging up, and then getting pissed off at me before I could then call the fire brigade.
Yeah. My house is on fire. Or could you imagine just pick it up and then hang straight up again?
Yeah.
That's what you do in real life. Is, oh, shut up. Don't. Put it back down. Not that
Yeah.
anyone has their phone just tacked to their wall anymore, but... You know.
No, I think in Sims 3... It's 3...
Nah, Sims 3's ancient.
4? What was Sims 4? One I played where I made the guy weird, obsessed with sheep.
Marvin 4.
Marvin 4. Anyway, Sims 4, I think they have now got mobiles.
Hey?
I think
I
so.
never played Sims 4.
I play, it's one of those games that, yeah, you play a lot for a long time, then just stop playing it completely.
Yeah.
It's a good job they don't like sort of like Tamagotchi sort of like live a real life, because my Sims would be long since dead by now.
Mm-hmm.
All millionaires, one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, we digressed again.
Yes,
and somehow we talked about the same thing we talked about last time. Okay.
It's insane. We're good at this. Maybe we
Okay.
should change the theme of the podcast.
What, to discuss pooing in armour?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Welcome to Rand's Pooing Podcast. In this week, we're going to discuss the lengths of arm, how to have a wee instead of leather.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a
I did
question
actually
that
go
many
to.
people
I went to a demonstration once where they had a guy and he's putting on full plate armour, and he was talking about full plate armour. He did say, "Now, gents, this will very apply to gentlemen. He said, whenever you have your armour being made, ensure that the person making your armour, when they do the chainmail underpants, installs a flap." And he demonstrated the flap. His chainmail underpants has got a little hook so you can notice it. It's very important they install a flap.
There you go. Or you could just, piss in your boat.
Yeah. Anyway, once again, we're digressing. So, games and playing. Skaz.
Nothing.
That's a lie.
Yeah,
I watch you play a game.
Damn it! This is what happens when I live stream every day. Now
Yeah.
people know when I'm lying.
Yeah.
And I wanted to get out talking about stuff. Right, so I have been playing Ys 8.
Ys 8.
Yes, Ys 8 on the
Ys 8.
Nintendo Switch.
Can you explain to me how, in whatever world, does the letters Y and S make the pronunciation East?
You know what? I haven't actually quite sussed that one out myself, but ever since Ys 1 on the TurboGrafx CD, that's how they pronounce it in the introductory cutscene. So it's Ys.
Is that the Japanese pronunciation?
No, it's in the British dialogue or in the English dialogue. Ys.
Because I would have pronounced it still Weist.
Yeah, but that's what a lot of people did. So the Ys series started on the Master System, the NES, and the Turbo CD, TurboGrafx 16 CD, which had a different name in Japan. But there are also a lot of Japanese versions, but I'm only literally talking about English-speaking versions. The NES one and the Master System version obviously had no voiceovers, so people would have just said like, "Oh, this is called like Wise" or something like that. It wasn't until the Turbo CD came out where it actually had cutscenes with voiceovers that people would have probably realised it was pronounced Ys. But
Didn't it also confuse people? That was like, that's how you pronounce it?
yeah,
Yeah.
But it's like Suikoden. A lot of people used to pronounce that one Suikoden, but you can, I suppose, but it's Suikoden. And for years, my lot were calling it Suikoden. I think Bad was calling it Suikoden. A couple of my mates who don't even know Bad, who also own the game, were calling it Suikoden because there was no voice acting in those games. So you just had to wing it, like how it looked. But anyway, I've been playing Ys 8, the latest in the Ys series, which recently got released for Nintendo Switch.
Cool.
It is an action RPG produced by Falcom, the same folks who did Ys 1 through, and it stars our wonderful adventurer, as he describes himself, Adol Christen, on an adventure. He's on a boat. He starts off on a boat with his mate Dogi. They're off to do their next adventure, and shit hits the fan. The boat gets sunk, and you and any survivors from the boat end up stranded on an island. And you have to... The aim of the game is to basically find a way off the island, but you have to gather up survivors who have different skills to kind of found a village in a safe living area, gather materials, complete little quests, as well as kind of unearth the secret of the island that you're on, because it's a cursed island that has a deeper history to it. I've put in about 35-40 hours into it over the last fortnight.
Wow.
And it's fucking brilliant. Ys games are traditionally known for fucking amazing music, decent stories, and this one is no different. The music is absolutely gorgeous. Character designs, albeit they look quite basic, like PS3 era characters or PS2 era, looks very good. As I say, it's an action RPG, meaning that you run around as your character, and rather than it being turn-based, you hit the attack button, you hit jump, you have dodge, block, you have, say, like a perfect dodge. So if you time the dodge just right, time slows down briefly and your attack speed goes up so you can do more damage. You have a perfect block. So instead of doing a dodge, if let's say you can't get out of the attack radius fast enough, you can actually block and get a boost that way and avoid taking damage that way. So combat is satisfying, the music is brilliant, graphically it's pretty good. The story, it's nothing fancy in the grand scheme of things, but it's decent, it's good enough. I've played a few other RPGs on the Switch. You can't really call Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild an RPG, but I don't give a shit about what's going on in Zelda. Didn't like it. And I've played Xenoblade Chronicles. I played that for about 6 to 9 hours over the last couple of weeks. And I'll tell you something, in the 6 to 9 hours that I played it, I was introduced to maybe 15 characters.
Wow.
I remember the grand total of 2. I remember the names of...
Too many characters.
I just don't like them. I remember the main character and his companion character. I don't remember any of the supporting cast. I don't even remember the characters, the main character's like grandfather. I don't remember what the world is called. I don't remember what his weapon is called. I don't remember what his job is. I don't remember because it's fucking dull. It's slow. The combat is shite, and the voice acting. My God, the voice acting in Xenoblade, right? It's almost like they've gone and got the interns who have never never read a script, or written a script, or looked at a script in their life. They don't even know what a script looks like. They've had these people come in, one at a time. They've not told them who they're talking to, and they just have them sit there in a dark room, read this. And they are so dull and monotone. It's just not... It's not everything.
Oh, no.
And they're all British actors too.
They're attacking us. We must defend ourselves.
And that is basically it.
Quick, take this sword and kill them. I hate that person. Bastard.
You know how bad a company feels about their voiceover work when a Japanese patch is very quickly released afterwards to replace the English audio with the Japanese dub. If the game didn't come with it and they release one very quickly, then you know that people are a bit about the voiceover. it's shit and the game's cheap. Ys, on the other hand, the voice acting in it's decent. The characters, I remember most of them. And I've been introduced to like 19 or 20 characters so far, maybe more. And I remember a majority of them. Interesting characters, they're funny. Like most of them are likable, with the exception of Sir Carlin, who's a bit of a wanker. And another character who I won't mention for spoiler reasons, who's a fucking asshole. But
didn't realise you were in it.
yeah, well, you know, have to make my money somewhere, right?
Is that the Easter egg?
Yeah, that's it. I'm the Easter egg character.
They used to open up like some chamber cave somewhere. You just there and go, yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy. But no, it's hard to explain Ys because it's come from the very early days of like top-down action RPGs. In the early Ys games that came out on like NES Master System and that, you didn't even press an attack button. Your character just kind of had hold of a sword and ran at the enemy.
That's how I'd fire with a sword.
Well, like there was no button. Your sprite would run into the enemy and they would take damage. You know, you can change
Like a javelin or spear.
kind of, but like there is no animation for attack. Is what I'm saying. Like you just
Yeah.
literally sprite run into another sprite.
Just a hitbox hitting each other.
Yeah, basically. And you know, and back in them days, you could only play as Adol, the main character, whereas now you actually have a party.
Oh, did you say his name was Adolf?
Adol.
Oh, right.
Well, a lot of people call him Adol, but that doesn't really matter. Yeah, you'd only play as him, whereas now you've got like a party that you can play as, and that is, go and play it. If you're into action RPGs, the closest thing I can say combat-wise would be, and someone's going to crucify me for this, the dodging and parrying is very much like Devil May Cry, Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and you know other games. Very, very, very fun combat. Very fun, light-hearted story. Cracking graphics considering where it came from, because it started off as a PlayStation Vita game and then got made for the PlayStation 4 and then got bought out on the Nintendo Switch. Fun, best game on the Switch so far. Do not believe Metacritic when they say that the frame rate makes it unplayable, because they are talking absolute shit.
Yeah, but who trusts Metacritic?
No one, but apparently it's a thing.
Please, 1 second, while we pause the podcast, Voice Scaz answers the door.
Hello.
You
Yeah, what's up?
Not to worry, but you want a short email?
Cool, nice one.
She's fine, but she is going to hospital, is it?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Right, I'll be with you in a sec, Jack.
No worries.
How about this?
I guess we have to cut it short.
I've got to go to the hospital.
Yeah, no, I overheard, so I will cut it short.
Would you be able to stay here with the dog for a bit?
Yes,
Because I
that's
can't
fine.
leave him by himself.
No, that's fine.
I'm really sorry.
No, it's not your. No, it's fine, mate. Right, guys. Just going to cut this one short. We've had a minor emergency. Nothing to worry about, but we are going to end this here. So, very much for your time being with us. We'll see what happens.